Welcome to the courtroom. I got to do this outside because I got one of the dudes in New York City who's outside the most. You know what I'm saying? Will Foster. I'm excited to do this. This series is going to be a fun one. I'll probably do it forever, but this one's going to age well, right? I think Will's really on that ground floor scene in New York City, doing a lot of important stuff, artist management, photography, you know, A&Ring, if whatever that means. Putting deals together, you know, creative direction, and, you know, management on the producer side, artist side. He does a lot. So, you know, I'm happy to have Will Foster here, and it's going to be a fun one.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just bodied Will in basketball too before we get into this, so everyone take note of that.
It was I wouldn't say body, but you know, he did make a couple in a row on a double-sided, you know what I'm saying, double rim type shit. So
double rims are crazy, yo.
Outside too.
Double rims are crazy.
It was very official, I guess you would say.
Well, let's get into it, man. Where are you from? How'd you end up here?
All right. I was born in Chicago, and we stayed there for a while. My dad got a few jobs, moved around. We finally found a place around, I think it was middle of 7th grade. We moved to Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. So I was in Cincinnati until I moved to New York, which was probably since I was 7th grade till like 23. So in Ohio, you know what I'm saying, I went to school, I was a normal kid, blah, blah, blah.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to high school at this place in Cincinnati, but I went to UC, University of Cincinnati for like a semester or two when I realized like I probably can't do this school shit. So I kind of got out of it, picked up a camera. That's where I first picked up a camera. I was like, I feel like I could maybe, you know, this camera stuff. So I always like visuals, always like movies, I like shit like that. Started taking pictures of my friends, you know, that make music and shit. So on and so forth. I started working for this brand called Ohio Against the World, taking pictures and kind of doing creative stuff with them. We go to Columbus and we link and throw a party with my business partner now, Jordy. That's where I met Jordy for the first time.
Shout out to Jordy, he's a legend, man.
Yeah, man, one of the main creators and inspirations in me doing this whole shit. So I meet Jordy, we lock up, you know what I'm saying? We see that we're on the same shit. Like, oh, this kid wants to do this. This kid wants to throw. He wants to, you know what I'm saying? He knows what artist is coming, knows what's doing next. So we link up after throwing that party with him, and we start working together. That becomes that we start hitting that glass ceiling in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much you can do. We start figuring out like maybe we should move this to New York.
Right, and I'll chime in. When the first time I heard about Will was definitely on a photography tip. You know, he was just like, you know, his Instagram was going up, you know, putting up pictures, getting some firework, you know, some tour work, all stuff like that. But then I also realized you and Jordy, you know, were behind some of the top parties in the city. Like, I feel like that's a whole area. I know you guys still do them, but like, I'd say, you know, the past 2 years, maybe even a little before that, some of the most fire parties in the city were you guys. Yeah.
To expand on what Carl just said, I mean, so when we moved to New York, our whole idea was to keep doing what we've been doing with the throwing the shows and kind of giving people's vibes. But we realized it was kind of harder in the venues here. Shit just costs a lot more. It's a lot harder to kind of get shit done. So we came with the party third shift. We threw the first one at Elvis Guest House. It was cool. Rest in peace, Elvis Guest House. Great. It was a great
Elvis Guest House.
It was it's like one of those Lower East Side kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It was one of those dope like kind of like entities in New York in the LES or something. So we threw the first one. It was the first one there. It was the last party there, I think. And then, you know what I'm saying, we started thinking like, okay, this is dope. Like, this is we can create a tunnel, you know what I'm saying, like the old kind of tunnel where you can kind of drop new music and come see, you know what I'm saying, come see everybody that's kind of in the culture, blah blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying, New York, whatever. New York personified. Parties kept going. There's another party where it was on the, I think it was about to be Memorial Day. We was throwing a party at Kinfolk, and we had somebody punch on security. A$AP Rocky pulled up in a range. It was insane, like blah blah blah. So that party, like, you know what I'm saying, the legend starts to grow.
Is that the same one where Flea was rapping outside?
Yes, because they were the ones. My bad, Flea and everybody. They were the ones that punched on security because they couldn't get the mans in because it was so hectic. You know what I'm saying? They need. You know,
I heard about he had like an impromptu concert outside.
Yeah, because they got shut down. That's okay because lo and behold, after that we ran back the Flea shit again with Cousin Stiz, and they both we did like a Cousin Stiz, Flea, Third Shift. Yeah, so everybody got kind of redeemed. But the legend really took fold and took life on that New Year's Eve party where we dropped God's Plan.
I remember that.
So we are the guys who leaked God's Plan or played it first for the world, diplomatic immunity too. So
if y'all remember, there was a snippet going on every website around the country, and it was literally from their party.
Yes.
But from what I hear, there were also negative repercussions.
Yes.
For the person who was supposed to be on that record.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy that he's still doing interviews about it because Complex, I don't know if you guys seen it, Complex just asked Trippie Redd of like, yo, what happened with God's Plan? So he kind of explained, obviously, he explained he couldn't get his verse done in time, which I hope that's just the reason why, but I obviously know it's not. Trippie Redd's from Ohio. So we know his DJ, we know Trippie Redd. It was on the fly type of thing. I was like, yo, you Harold the DJ, like, yo, you want to come up for New Year's Eve and DJ our party, Third Shift? Like, yeah, like I'll do it. Boom, boom, boom. He comes up. He's talking about I got some records, bro. I got some records. I never, you know what I'm saying? I got some records. I'm like, we was like, really? I'm like, drop that shit at 12. Like, drop that shit. So he puts the tag on it. I love Trippie Redd. Blah blah blah. All of a sudden you hear the God's Plan start playing. It's just like the rest is history. Like, sometimes you have to go out on a limb and be the sacrificial lamb to push something forward. I told people when I finally I started listening to it, I kind of told Jordy, and he'll tell you this. I said, this is gonna be Drake's biggest song ever. Do you hear what he's saying? Like, he's talking about God's plan. Like, you know how catchy and
right.
stuff is around type of something like that. And It's like, lo and behold, the song went diamond. You know what I'm saying? I think it's probably still going and whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think we were supposed to get some plaques from that. We might get a plaque from that. I have no idea. If we do, nobody can ever tell me shit.
Right.
If we ever get a plaque from that. But, you know, yeah, bro, I mean, the rest is history, man.
Yeah, I mean, even I seen recently you did like a release party for Cowboy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's evolving, and, you know, it's not just that sort of underground hip hop party that New York is used to. There's been so many of those that were like amazing, like Night Shift with Ernest Baker. I used to be at like every one when I was like coming up, and then I felt like yours had the same sort of cultural impact. Like anybody who was trying to get into that scene or even knew about the scene, or like just the average person in that room right now is probably, you know, someone, A&R, photographer, or other people in the industry. So I could say as an attorney, like going to those sorts of parties, meeting these types of people early on in my career, like really what separated me, like being in those environments. So, but like they were real cultural moments. Like it wasn't just dudes getting drunk, you know, guys and girls getting drunk, and now fire DJs, you know, Buddy might just pull up, you know what I'm saying, or it just random shit just happening.
We want to create those moments and have them be organic, and some shit, like, you know what I'm saying, some shit people can go home and remember, like, yo, wait, hold on, was that fucking Kid Cudi at their party? Like, yeah, Kid Cudi was at the party. Or like, was that blah blah blah? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did I just hear God's Plan for the first time and I have to go home and tell my friends, like, yo, this track is the craziest track? Where'd you hear it? I heard it at this and Third Shift, you know. Third Shift is, from being just an entry-level cultural thing for people, and also doing the album releases and doing things, you know what I'm saying, and trying to elevate these artists and tell them and give them real moments and real storylines instead of just their label just throwing shit out, like hope it sticks. Like, no, sometimes you need something to come together to build something new, you know what I'm saying? Like to give something a little bit more. So That was our whole goal with the thing.
Yeah, so you know, I think we kind of have understanding, sort of like, all right, cool, the cultural party moments, and sort of the direction on that angle. But then, you know, I mentioned earlier photography. That's one of the first moments I saw you. I met you personally, I think, when when Nebu Kiniza was on tour, and you were you were on that small tour. It was TJ, it was you, it was Nams, and
I met Kev Mack.
And Kev Mack, shout out my boy Kev Mack.
He's out here doing his thing. So.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. So,
I'm proud of Kev.
We've been working. So yeah, it was that, and then you know, you were just on that scene. So then that's one of the first moments I realized, all right, this guy is way more than a photographer. I think sometimes people try to box you in.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk about some of your photography highlights, because I remember you had the Uzi Times Square, which was big, which is huge.
Yeah, that was I feel like that was the peak moment of my photography life. I was just like, I low-key can't believe it still happened. Because we you know what I'm saying, we kind of knew some people at Atlantic. They kind of brought us in, you know what I'm saying. We started working close with kind of Uzi and kind of just like trying to build these like, these cool, organic content around him, you know what I'm saying, with kind of like, they brought me on to a Trillex show with Uzi, and they brought me to another show with Uzi. I took pictures, took video, little stuff, blah, blah, blah. Uzi was actually kind of really fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? We actually kind of like, it's like, that nigga was about to be my friend for real. But the label knew we was kind of getting a little bit too close, and they kind of shunned us out, me and Jordy, because it was just like, we were really starting to cook with him, and it's like, they were trying to protect their investment, I feel like. Right. But lo and behold, you know what I'm saying, the thing is, Atlantic didn't even know they were picking the picture, because it was a Spotify campaign. So Atlantic just sent them hella pictures. They picked a photo that I took of Uzi when we were running out of the venue. I told Uzi, like, stop and pose, and he just went down like this little like Uzi vert pose, took the picture, and that's it. And you know what I'm saying, next thing you know, I wake up, not wake up, but the next thing you know, the album's about to drop, and I see on Apple Music, and like I see on all this shit, like this is my photo. I'm like, okay, dope, it's on Apple Music, like this is dope. Like the next day, niggas is like, yo, your shit's down in Times Square. I'm just like, hold on a second, what? Then I realized it was in LA too, and in Atlanta too. So it was like a 3-city huge Spotify campaign that used my photo. It was dope. I mean, I still can't believe that to this day, because it's like, when you take photos, you don't think of like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? You just taking photos. You don't think it's like, yo, I'm gonna Times Square, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, like, so it was dope to do that. And it also was dope because it's like one of the hottest artists in the world too. It's not like it was just some random shit, you know.
For something like that, do you ever, I think we live in that generation where we always want money for something, and it always, the sort of value in something is always like, did you get paid? So I'll ask the question. I get the value of it, so I wouldn't even, that's not where my head's at. I think you use that in so many different ways to further your career. But did it ever creep in your mind that like, yo, you wanted some more money from that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because, you know, I mean, right when I first posted it, you know, there's always these motherfuckers that are fucking pocket watching, or, you know what I'm saying, like, well, did you get paid, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, like, I got paid, they cut me a check. Yes, it should have been more, obviously, looking at it in hindsight, but when we did the photo deal or whatever the fuck, they didn't know, and I didn't even know that they were gonna use it for a campaign. I was just, you know, I was just selling the rights to the photos, because, you know, Atlantic wanted us to come through and create content, and they blah, 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 blah. That, actually, because the reason I sold the photo in the first place to them is because they created those Pokemon cards. It was like little Uzi Vert Pokemon cards.
That's pretty tough.
And that image they used from that was also used for the shit. But it's like, bro, it's like, yeah, man, I mean, the monetary value of like, of that is kind of small, because like, I remember when it happened, it's crazy. I remember when it happened, I literally called my dad, like, no funny shit, like cried on the phone, like, yo, this is crazy, like, this is what I moved to New York to do, like, oh my God, it's like happening, like, so yeah, I don't know, bro, like, yeah, bro, like you said, I mean, that shit furthermore my career, probably more than how much they paid me, so.
Right. So, I mean, I get it. So I feel the same way about the value. So yeah, we understand photography. You had your moments. You probably undersold yourself. You did a lot of other, a lot of stuff for artists and models and creatives in the city that that sort of still live. We talk about Third Shift that still lives, and it's still a huge cultural entity. But I think at some point maybe you realize that maybe I have another part in me. I have another level. I want to get sort of more close to the artist or producer, and now, I know you're on the management side and really dealing with artists hands-on. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, the reason I really got into that was moving to New York, and then being brought in by Nebu, and actually Nebu Kiniza and his team, and I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to see. I'm like, hold on a second. The executives and these managers, they are the real rock stars. You know what I'm saying? They're the real power players. I mean, someone told me, and I tweeted this a few days, yesterday actually, coaches always last longer than players. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You look at people like, look at Phil Jackson. Let's just take Phil Jackson for a second. He had Michael Jordan. He outlasted Michael because, Michael just had to retire. Phil goes on to coach Kobe and Shaq, gets more, you know what I'm saying? He outlasts, you know what I'm saying? It's just the name of the game. And you start to realize that you can really actually have a career in this shit and really do some shit instead of just being a guy with a camera and taking pictures of these artists, and these artists not even posting the picture, not even tagging. Like you're just like an entity in the game. I want to be a power player in the game, and what I'm saying, actually like really do some shit.
Right. So how did that happen? How did it start? Like what was your first moment where you got involved and sort of, what are you looking forward to? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was, I'm gonna tell you how Lucky really happened. Like, we knew Lucky from Chicago and Ohio, obviously the Midwest connection, so we used to throw shows with Lucky a lot, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of had a relationship a little bit with Lucky. He had a show in Philly. About 2 years ago. I was kind of talking to labels, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was kind of talking to labels. I was just talking to people at 300. I was kind of talking to people at blah, blah, blah. I was like, shit, I could probably, you know what I'm saying? We could probably do a deal at 300, not thinking correctly or anything, just, be a naive kid. I tell Lucky that, he's like, shit. You know what I'm saying? In the Lucky situation, he was ready. He needed something to go to. So I take a bus out to Philly, go to this Lucky show, stay with him in the hotel. The whole time in the hotel, I convinced him, like, yo, bro, come back to New York, bro. We can make something happen for real. Make something happen. He comes back to New York.
What do you mean comes back? Like, y'all put him up, basically? Like, y'all just start rocking?
Kinda. But I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? We hop back on the bus. He comes here. He comes here. He lives with us for, like, I guess like maybe like 6 months, a year, whatever. I don't know, bro. It was like that time period of my life was so crazy because then it's like it's really starting to happen. Like, obviously we didn't do the thing at 300, but I'm watching my friend KJ manage his artist Flea and Nebu. I'm trying to work that mold and see how that works. So you know what I'm saying? We just start kind of rocking, but nothing's on paper yet. Nothing's on anything, because you know what I'm saying. This, as much as people want to be about, everything has to be, you know what I'm saying, about the paper and stuff like that. Right. You got to make sure the relationship is there first. So it took us a while to really form that relationship for real and really get that trust going and really really turn it into a brother relationship, because it takes time. These kids and these people, you know what I'm saying, they try to prey on shit that they know they can do. Like, of course they want you to come in and sign a bad deal. Like, please come do that so we can just, cover our asses and fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? You said
a couple things in there that I want to sort of unpack. Why? I mean, how do you feel about deals? I mean, like, that's sort of like that's the hot button right now. You hear? I think the internet is the place you see the most where people are like, don't sign deals. Yeah. Right? Like, I think that's just hot, like, right now. But I think you have a more unique perspective because you're actually in it, and you have an artist you're working with, a couple artists you're working with now who are sort of at that level where, deals can happen and could have happened yesterday, but you know, you sort of, for whatever reason, kind of said no. I mean, how do you feel about deals? Like, what's the landscape for you?
Yeah, man, I think these people, I think this narrative has almost created this, it's almost like a paradox, bro. I'm trying to tell people, like, people say, don't sign this deal, don't sign deals, don't sign deals, keep your ownership, do this and that, keep your ownership, and then, you know what I'm saying, you fuck these artists' brains up to the point where they're turning down great opportunities and turning down shit that actually is working, actually will work for their favor and really actually change shit, but they've been so told not to sign these deals that they end up missing those opportunities. So then, let's say they miss that opportunity, then they're trying to gain their leverage again, do this and that, they're trying to get back to that point when that first deal that was on the table is never going to come back again. It's going to come back in a different form that's not valid to the point where you wanted it. I mean, I think
it's almost like betting on yourself.
Yeah, it's like
is not always rewarding.
Yeah. And it's like I be trying to tell people, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you gotta relate things to different things to make people understand. I be trying to tell people, it's like think about these sports deals, bro. Like these deals are not lifetime deals. These kids are not going in signing things that said you're only gonna get out of this when you're dead. Like no, bro. If you move through your options, move through your deal, you might be able to get out in 3 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever your term is. Like if you're 18 years old and you got out of your deal at fucking 24 or 25, bro, you can go sign another one and do another one. Like you just keep flipping those bags and keep them coming. Like
and it's hard, man, because I feel like these kids don't have teams around them that are ready to work and actually do the stuff that you need to be successful. So it's like, all right, cool, let's not sign this deal, but like, what are y'all gonna do to sort of reinforce what that deal would have brought? Like, what label-like services are y'all gonna provide from a team? So it's like, some teams are just built to succeed on an independent level, and it's like, cool. But that's tough, man. It's just like, you gotta have that right foundation. So I'm of the belief that I tell certain guys you should be signing, and I tell other guys not to. But, you know, ultimately it's always gonna be that decision that they make, and you have to, it's not gonna be me living with the decision, it's you have to live with that decision. So be thorough in your analysis and really just understand and respect the game. Like, shit's changing every day. I think when we talk labels and label people and the industry, it's like, I don't know if anyone knows what this shit's gonna look like in 5 years. The same way 5 years ago, I don't think people thought this was gonna be.
Yeah, this was gonna happen.
So it's like, all right.
I mean, bro, I tell people all the time, try your best to not make it an ownership thing, but make it a partnership thing. When you're like, this label could come in and fill these services. Like you said, there's a lot of services. There's a lot of services that the average, you know what I'm saying, the average teams don't have. Like the average team can go to Spotify and pitch to the top playlister on the New Music Fridays and really try to hit that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need services, you need these partnerships and these things that come together to give you more light and more shine to your artist or whatever operation you're doing. Like,
we all know radio too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, radio still matters.
Exactly. Like, who on your team is gonna go to the top radio guys? Like, unless somebody in your team's in the know, but if somebody in your team's in the know, he's already in the industry to the point where it's like, damn, you're almost like an industry plant. Which another thing is, I think industry plants are wonderful, actually. Like, imagine actually being so good that you are projected and people craft a whole thing around you to really make you go. Like,
yeah, I don't even know what an industry plan is. I mean, honestly, at this point, I think it's been twisted. But if it means like you got some sort of advantage at an early stage in your career before maybe numbers validated it, I don't know. Is that it? I don't know. Like,
I feel like it's that, but it's also someone else said it to me. I forgot who said it, and they really explained it well. Like, why an industry plan is low key it's not a bad thing. Like, because if you really make it go, like, it goes crazy. I mean, I think you see it with like, I went, yesterday actually I went back to Khalid's first Instagram post, and I was just like, I just kind of scrolled up and started watching and trying to piece it together, and like, he's kind of like Plant, but at the same time, you see the way they got that plant to grow into a goddamn fucking forest. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they
who
really,
cares?
who cares? Like, he really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you get it to go, you get it to go. I don't know, man. I think
right now, man, I think the labels and the distribution companies and the streaming service, think about it, Spotify and Apple were trying to sign people to direct deals, and that ended, right? That's almost done. Spotify still does it in some extent, I think, globally, but that changed, right? So it's like, this is an evolution, and I think people gotta stop sort of just like waking up one day on Twitter and saying, never sign a deal today, or like, oh, you know what I'm saying, never give away any of your publishing. It's like,
yeah, bro,
you just gotta do what's right.
Do what's right for situations for yourself. Yeah, I mean, for, you know what I'm saying, it has to make sense, man. It has to make sense.
Right. I mean, I know you work with producers too. What's the differences between working and managing producers as opposed to artists?
It's a good question, man. I never even thought about that. I think honestly, bro, with the producers, it's more, you have to be more understanding for producers. I feel like a lot of people think these producers should be fucking like at home making 20 goddamn beats a day and 30 goddamn beats a day, and it's like they really don't work like that. They're really like kind of like they're artists. They're artists too. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit on the. They're artists. They're just the same as artists to me. Because without no damn beat, you wouldn't have no damn song. So you know what I'm saying? I just think with producers, you know what I'm saying, you gotta work due diligently with them. You know what I'm saying? With like doing, you know what I'm saying, getting these packs out. Make sure you're standing in people's faces. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure you can get real life connections, you know what I'm saying, in the studio and shit. With the artists, when you reach a level, you know what I'm saying, where we're at kind of with Lucky and stuff, right, where, you know what I'm saying, most opportunities and kind of stuff kind of comes to us, and we kind of can move around and figure out who we want to work with and trying to, you know what I'm saying, like, with producers, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's a much more feeling out process and trying to get something to stick or get a connection with the artist, you know what I'm saying, so, and once you get a connection with the artist, you guys can make crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good connection.
Yeah, you know, I want to kind of go back. You kind of talk, you're one of those guys where, like I said, if something's popping up kind of out of New York, I expect you not to be too far away from it. You know, whether it be like a Pop Smoke. I saw you in the studio with him, like getting shots. You know, it just seems like you're just on that ground floor. But you care about that. You're also doing deals and, you know, working on the other end, but it's like, it seems like what drives you and what really gets you out of bed is, you know, it seems like the culture itself. Talk about that. I feel like that's what separates you, and that's why I think, you know, this interview is gonna age so well, because it's like, we're gonna be in this for a while, because, you know, obviously I'm a lawyer, but, you know, I think a lot of what you do reminds me of what I do, just being like, yo, I like the people in the game and the culture, the way it moves and shakes. I like that more than I like any of the other bullshit.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like, I tell people. Actually, I don't tell people. I tell myself this. It's kind of like a little saying where I say, but it gets poetic in the heat, my nigga. Like, no lie. Like, this shit is actually like magical. Like, because it's like. This real magical shit happened. Like, you remember when you were a kid and you first saw a Disney movie and, you know what I'm saying, the shit that made you feel like you kind of can do anything, and this shit, like, bro, this shit is wild, man. I love this shit, man. It's like, yeah, bro, it's everything from even going to Dykeman like this year, and, you know what I'm saying, this is my first time this year really going to Dykeman and going to like summer basketball and really like living that culture shit and like.
I was going to Dykeman for other reasons.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just, it's almost hard. It's almost like hard to even explain because this shit is really, it's really magical, man. It's as hard as it is. Like, a lot of people don't see like the hard work in the early hours, late nights, and the blah blah blah. But like, but
you can like live with yourself though. At the end of the day. I say that because I think we both know people that it's like, they might have made more money than you, or made took some turns, and you know, they might right now, we're talking about like right now, they might have done a couple more deals than you, but they've compromised sort of why they were in it, or why you know, they're not moving the culture, they're not on that ground floor, they're not on that pulse, and it becomes just a money play. And I think that's when the business of music becomes just like any other business. And I think you gotta sort of watch that for everybody, you know, getting into music business. I feel like you just gotta watch that, play that line, because yeah, you gotta do deals and you gotta make money, but like Will just talked about, it's poetic in the heat. You know, you're in music, or hopefully you're in music because you like the music and you like the way it moves culture and the community to it, not because you can make $1 million, because there's plenty of ways you can make $1 million, and you get into real estate. If it's about money, bro, just get into real estate.
That's what I tell people all the time. Like, you want money, nigga? Why don't you go trap? Like, you feel me? Like, why don't you go sell drugs if you really want that money that bad? Like you saying, bro. Like, and something my dad, you know what I'm saying. My dad tells me, you know what I'm saying. If you do it right, bro, and you do it from from your heart, or from, you know what I'm saying. If you do it for the right reasons, it's gonna come back tenfold every time. You know what I'm saying? It's some people take the different route and sell out and this and that. Like you said, you gotta walk that line of not selling out and not, you know what I'm saying. People, of course you need deals, of course you need money, because you know what I'm saying, you gotta feed yourself. Everybody's grown, like, but at the same time, if you once you go over that line, there's really no going back. I feel. How
do you stay up? Like, I feel like I said, Will really has his pulse on it. Like I said, like really has his pulse on this shit. Like with the music, with the artists. How the hell do you stay up? Like what is it?
Bro, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I feel like I'm low-key like obsessed with my phone, but everybody is, but like really, bro, just staying up on that. I don't know how to even explain it, bro. Just like I feel like nowadays we take in so much information too. It's like boom, like you be on Instagram, you flip back, you go to Twitter, and then you can flip back, go to YouTube, flip back, like, bro, it's just like we taking in so much information and so much stuff that we just filter through. Like it's I don't know, bro. I don't know how I stay up here. Actually, it's like low key like it's like almost like trying to look in the mirror thing. It's like it's hard for me to look in the mirror because it's like I can't. It's like hard, but it's like I don't know, bro. I just stay up on my own. You know what I'm saying? I actually just went on a family vacation. I saw some of my little cousins and shit. I asked them what they listening to and shit, because that's where you kind of find out. Okay, these kids are rocking with them. Like, they didn't know who Pop Smoke was, because they're from the South. Right. Play Pop Smoke for them, they were like, what in the hell is this? And you know what I'm saying? They're 16, 17, 18. So it's like, it's dope, man. It's just the culture's moving hella fast now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got a kid from Queens that literally just came out of nowhere, and he had the most streamed song this summer, like Lil Tecca with Ransom. So it's like, this shit happens fast, bro. It's happening faster now. I think back in the day, not back in the day, but like maybe last year or 2 years ago, it used to be every 6 months an artist would kind of blow up, and now I feel like it's every 3 months, and soon it's gonna be even shorter. Like,
do you think you can hit your peak in this game without selling your soul?
Yeah, I feel like there's ways to jump over shit. Like, to go back to what you said about like kind of selling out and doing shit. Like, there's been plenty of times I probably could have, gone to work at a label.
Bro, you could have worked at a label, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. Like,
yeah, I could have definitely.
Why don't you? Like, what is the reasoning behind that? Like, why won't you work for a label?
I feel like, one, it would compromise what I'm kind of doing now, and two, I feel like you said, bro, like, something big's gonna come, and something that we're gonna be able to jump over, like that, the whole process of
the whole
process of being in the industry. And like, what I'm supposed to come in and be an entry level, like, do this and do that. It's like, bro, I'm already like, no.
Yeah,
bro,
you're already moving.
I'm already moving. So like, I feel like there's a way you can really jump over this shit. And like, I would be down to work at a label, but I wouldn't come in as a entry level.
So you don't hate labels?
No, I don't hate them. I think they're dope. It comes with the perks. I mean, you see how these motherfuckers be living? These niggas be doing first class flights, drinking motherfucking rosé and shit, doing this and that, Soul House, blah, blah, blah. These niggas, you know what I'm saying? They live good. Like, the label life is dope. A salary is dope. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like, bro, if you really do it, bro, you you do it right, something's gonna come down.
You don't strike me as a label guy though. I'm just sorry.
I know. I feel like I couldn't do it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I
feel like I couldn't do it.
I know some good label guys. I'm not one of those dudes either. I'm not like, yo, I hate labels or like, nah, that shit's. Anybody who lives on that spectrum on either side, it's just like a weirdo to me. It's like, you just gotta do the best business for you. But nah, there's some weird shit that happens on the label side that I just like, yo, as a person, as a man, as somebody who wants to further the culture, further black people, further black art, sometimes I'm like, nah, bro, like, some people shouldn't be speaking on it and some people shouldn't be, shouldn't have that say. And I haven't found a way to say that diplomatically enough, so I'll stay in my spot until then. But you know, we talk a lot off camera just about some of the moving parts and just like, man, this shit is fucked. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, bro. When that switch is flipped, and you really turn into to the thing that you were trying to like not become. It's like people don't understand. You be in these corporations, so you work for the man, you work for the man, you work for the man. The man gets out, then but this whole time you've been working for the man, you've been learning the man's thing. So when you get in position, you're the man without even knowing that you were the man.
Right.
And the whole time it's supposed to be fuck the man. So it's like, it's just like, bro.
I think that was the realest shit you ever said. I mean, like,
yeah, bro.
Literally, my problem is people right now are running around saying they're independent, they're this and that. And it's like, no, bro, you're a new face in the same sort of systematic oppression that lives inside the business. You're just a new face, like, and you're young and you think you're cool and you're giving young guys deals, but you literally happen to be doing everything that a lot of the old generation was doing. And right now there's more money in it, so deals are better by that default. Like, you know, 10 years ago, right, the 360 deal, everybody was talking about it. The industry was in a horrible place. Recession, you know, Napster. Like, there was no money. Like, but now there's a rejuvenation of money. You know, deals are better. So there might be some 360S deal, but your deal's not going to look like that. Like, when it hits my plate, when it's already been talked about, I'm seeing some of the best deals that I've ever seen in my life hit my desk. And I'm like, all right, you know, this is better. This is a better equal landscape. But, like, I just challenge everybody to challenge shit, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
We just wake up and just fall in line. Like,
break the mold, bro.
Yeah, challenge that.
Break the mold, bro. I mean, we talked about it before this, and I tell you this all the time. I mean, what you're doing on what you're doing with your brand and Carl, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's dope, bro. Like, people.
No, I appreciate that.
People, you know what I'm saying? People. It's hard for people to understand some shit they never seen before because they never seen it before.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my lumps, and I know that. I'm one of those guys where I could take those hits, and I feel like you've been taking them too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, bro. I'll be the fucking sacrificial lamb to get this shit really going, to really push this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really get some shit going. Like, that's why Nike is dope. It says just do it, bro. Like, honestly, bro. Like, just fucking do it. Like, whatever you know what I'm saying? That's half of the battle is doing it. Like.
So what you listening to right now?
Obviously Cool Summer.
Yeah. Cool Summer is hard, man. Shout out Flea.
Cool Summer. Kind of listening, you know what I'm saying? Working on this new LUCKI project, so I'm listening kind of his shit. I don't know, man. Listening to a lot of stuff, man. Been kind of fucking with the R&B side a little bit, Mariah the Scientist a little bit.
Pi'erre Bourne, that tape was crazy. That
Pi'erre,
TLOV,
Pi'erre's dope, man.
That shit was crazy,
dope,
man.
And this crazy thing is, niggas thought Pi'erre was crazy when he said he's about to be on some Kanye shit. Like, I'm not saying he's gonna be Kanye West level, but he really is actually doing what he said he's gonna do. Like, he's about to be, like, you know what I'm saying? He made the surf beat. And people probably don't even know that.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's really owning both lanes, where he's owning his artist side, and he's owning the producing side, too.
He's special, man.
He's special.
That guy's
very special. Very special. Very special. One of those persons does it his own way, too. You know what I'm saying? He does it his way, and, you know what I'm saying? People said it wasn't gonna work, but now it's looking like it's cooking, so.
Yeah.
It's dope,
what would you tell yourself, again, that Cincinnati kid, coming into New York City, getting into this crazy game?
Yeah.
What do you wish you had known when you got off that plane?
That it's not as it's not as hard as you think it is.
Wow.
I think
I was not expecting that.
I think I mean, you know, people's conscience is so powerful. I think I'm also one of those people that like I psych myself out, but you know what I'm saying, I always think people are like, you know what I'm saying, like I had this idea where, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't work at this label, I couldn't do this because everybody's so good at their goddamn jobs. But actually I started to realize most people are not very good at their jobs. They're not like very good, but they do just enough at their jobs, and it's like, damn, I could really do this because I really be going hard just on my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Really, you can really do this shit. Don't psych yourself out. That's what I would tell myself. Like,
right.
Because I feel like I would have got started a little bit earlier
in
this shit instead of just, you know, thinking and trying to figure out like, well, you know, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, actually you can just do it, bro. Like,
and I asked you this too because I think you have one of the more unique social media accounts on Twitter where you're sort of like that one voice who's kind of like actually not being that discreet or not being that unopinionated. You're really just kind of talking, and it's refreshing in a way because you're sort of a pulse. And you know, I tweeted this the other day. It's like, what's the truest form of gatekeeping? Like withholding information, people not knowing what's going on in these places. And I feel like you're a true flag bearer for that. Just like sort of, yo, this is what's really happening here. Like, I just want y'all to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tweet this shit. Like, I'm gonna put this out there.
Yeah. And
do you ever feel vulnerable? Do you ever feel like, man, I should not be doing this?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel vulnerable, but like you said, bro, to re-rock the, you know what I'm saying, to re-rock the favorite Kanye line, like one of my favorite Kanye lines, like I'm on Twitter talking like it's just you and me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yeah, bro, it's just a regular, I'm just trying to like, man, I don't be trying to even get nobody in trouble or really talk about nothing. Like, not saying that I'm not trying to talk about nothing, but not trying to get nobody in trouble or nothing, but I really just trying to be transparent and trying to really, you know what I'm saying, keep it fun and keep it cool, and you know what I'm saying, really let these people know how it's kind of like really what's really kind of going on, like without telling too much what's going on, because there is they will blackball my black ass if I say a little bit too much.
Bro, it's funny you say that. I don't believe in being blackballed. I think it's impossible in 2019 to be blackballed.
I feel like
I think that's the way I kind of move, the way I do. It's like, as long as you stay as long as you are going to the people, now there's so much, you know, direct to consumer goods and products and like, I don't even need you.
I don't cut you out, yeah.
Like I could cut you out, and I've been cut you out. It's what Dame Dash was saying. You know, obviously his delivery seems to be quite off, but I love Dame Dash. I love his perspective, and I love where he comes from, because it's like, it's true. It's like the people who think they matter. It's like, you don't matter, bro. It's just a stat. It's just hitting that lick. You know, it's just like when you gonna hit it, and you gonna hit it, and it's like once you hit that, and you got that grassroots supports where you could go anywhere in New York and you could tap right in because you know all those people and they fuck with you.
No, bro, and you're definitely right, man. You're definitely right, bro. Right. Because,
but we're new to, but this is living history. When I watch you and I watch us and I watch the way a lot of people move, you know, shout Kev Mac, a bunch of other people we can shout out right now, and guys just working hard that we know. This is like, we're living history.
On God. I mean, people don't understand, but it's kind of been happening for a while. I think probably people kind of realize now, but like, it's really like not even to be on this shit, but it really is a black renaissance and like you said, we're rewriting history. Like, people, I really go outside, bro, and people really be coming to me like, bro, your Twitter is fucking dope. And I used to just think it was like, I used to be like, oh, okay, whatever, it's just Twitter. But then you start realizing how much and cutting edge and how much niggas really like care about Twitter and shit. Like,
it's never been done. I mean, but
it's never been like, bro.
No one's really ever decoded the game and language and just giving people raw energy, because everyone's so afraid. It's like that fear. So that's when I say, it's like, man, I hope nothing changes as you go. But as I know, it's, you know, people are gonna always try to silence you.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I feel like there's not a big enough check that's going to allow you to stop being yourself or talk.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, not to cut you off, but like, I think you might have saw me tweet one time. I was like, because it was just like, this is like, these are regular thoughts that just come to my brain. Like, I was like, yo, Twitter should send me to the Grammys to tweet about it, like,
right.
and like live tweet the Grammys, and like really, you know what I'm saying, give these people like,
I would be with
that would be dope, like,
would be
you know
dope.
what I'm saying, like, cause like you said, bro, we're on some cutting edge, like some new history shit with the whole music streaming, Twitter, fucking
social media,
everything.
All of it, bro.
Streaming is the best thing that happened to the world since the internet. I'm trying to tell people, like,
so much original content, so much
Bro.
stuff happening, so many ways you can tell your story and give your perspective.
People are making so much money off of Twitch, Spotify, all types of weird streaming on Netflix. Like, bro, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the stream, and my thing is, I say this to people, I say this a lot, you know what I'm saying? I think stream, like, when you think of the word stream, and when I think of it, I think of stream of thought, and that's why I think the streaming shit is so crazy, because you gotta think how fast a stream of thought comes to your mind. That's how fast people are pressing play on these songs and streaming all this shit, because it's like, it's easy. Like, you don't have to take your CD out and restart it or rewind your tape or do any of that. You just press stream on all these shits, like, and it's no cap on it, bro. I think it's a wild state right now.
Last question, man. I want you to be a bit predictive. 20 years from now, what does the game look like, man? Who are people signing to? Well, what does this shit look like right now? What does the game look like?
I think, that's a good question. 20 years. In 20 years, I don't, will the distribution companies be bigger, or will they go to the wayside? I feel like some of the labels are still gonna be around. I feel like the labels are gonna start eating these distribution companies and just like offering, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like labels are starting to offer these distribution companies.
They're distributing the distributors.
Yeah,
you know
with more services to cut
like,
these out, cut out these.
Yeah, stay we'll white line it.
Yeah.
You're a distribution company to the public, but you're actually distributed by Universal.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man. I think hopefully in 20 years they get the fucking pay rate right on these goddamn streaming and these songs, because, you know what I'm saying, it's booming so crazy. They don't know how to get it right, bro.
Right.
Like, these, you know what I'm saying, these artists and shit are walking around with money phones and shit for a reason, like, with the big money on their head, like, and doing shit for a reason. Like, this shit, people are making money, bro. It's a lot going on in this. It's just, if they get it right, you know what I'm saying, and get this out, I feel like a lot of people can have money, bro. It's gonna be a good industry, bro, to get into, man.
I think, man, everybody's gonna want a part of music the same way they're doing now.
Yeah.
Like,
even more, I feel like,
even more, as we figure out the payouts and litigation. And, you know, I just feel like everybody's gonna want a part of music. Think about it. Facebook had to cut deals with all the labels and pub companies.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody wants to, bro.
Snap. You have to if you want to play the music. So it's like the opportunities are endless in music. I just imagine so many more people starting their own. If you have the money now, I would get into music.
That too.
If I had the money right now, because the way royalties are more predictable because of streaming, right? It's like, that's why so many investment firms and companies like that are buying catalogs. They're just buying catalogs for like 20 million and just using algorithms and formulas to predict how much the music is going to make, you know, 20, 30 years from now. So it's just like, I just think anybody with money is going to start saying, hey, you know, oh, these are the services that artists need? Cool, I have the money. Let's go 50-50 and let's all eat and win. Because now distribution is accessible to everyone. Guys go platinum like that. You know, Tekka goes. Sure, he had label support, but like, I don't even know if that was. I don't know what that was, bro.
I mean, I call that. Like, no offense or nothing, but like, you know what I'm saying? He works with internet money and shit like that, so I call that like algorithm rap or algorithm money, because it's just like, I swear to God, bro, like, if you go on YouTube and probably like play like one song that's kind of in the range of Tekka, like, shit gonna start popping up hella Tekka and shit. Like, it's just I don't know. And these kids, I'm not 16 or 15 anymore, so I wouldn't know how they even like, bro, I couldn't imagine being in high school and hearing little Tekka and like really like probably tweaking out, because like, it's the coolest shit you probably ever heard, and it's like, you can consume music and now shit nowadays so crazy, it's so easy, bro. Like, I remember being back in high school, my nigga was texting me like, 808s and Heartbreaks just dropped, like, whoa, I gotta go home and listen, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go do that. Like, people don't have to do that now. You can really sit in class, put your headphones and stream that whole little Tekka album right now.
I don't even know that feeling,
Yeah,
man.
like, I don't even
crazy.
know, yeah. So it's like, I just think, yeah, man, the way people are consuming music and house shit, you know what I'm saying? Even like thrillers and TikToks and wild shit starting to be pivotal in this game. It's
Yo,
like,
TikTok doesn't even have a license yet.
what?
Yeah, no, I don't think they have a license. And if they do, they just cut the licensing deals with other labels. So TikTok was doing all that stuff. They had no license. So if you were smart and you had a smart team and you were signed to, like, maybe I talked to a head of publisher at one of the big distribution companies, and he told me flat out, I went to TikTok and got money for my guy, because it was that or we're going to sue you, and the court's going to name a price, because they know they're wrong. They know they're wrong, but it has to be worth it for you to go pursue them. But it's just like, I feel like a lot of people don't know stuff like that. A lot of companies are moving without licenses. Peloton got sued, the bike company that was streaming the music, like, and they were just streaming it consistent, and you know, they didn't have a license.
Bro, what?
So I can name about 4 or 5 other companies in that space that don't have licenses. So like, there's more money. Like, as much money as there is now, there's more. So all the parents and that stupid shit used to hear, like, don't get into music, there's no money, like, you know, blah, but it's just bullshit. Like, if you're gonna do accounting, learn how to do royalties and collect, like, learn that game if you're an accountant and you wanna get into music, because that's profitable. You know, so the opportunities to land are fruitful in music, and, you know, being on the ground floor though, and on both sides, I think you're one of the few people I could talk to and relate to and say, I trust that man is actually in studio sessions, on the ground floor, cultivating that art from the ground, and really creating a culture, a subculture, you know, in the city, in the most important place that it really matters, right?
Yeah.
Fucking New York, man. It's like, this is it.
Yeah.
You're doing it in New York, like, not anywhere else, New York City. So that's why this is an important episode. I think this one's gonna age well. A lot of stuff we talked about today, and then just looking at both of our trajectories, man. This is an exciting time.
Yeah, bro.
You know, 2 years from now, I think we'll do this again. We'll be in Amalfi Coast.
No, we're live, man.
Yo, well, thanks for coming through to the courtroom,
Appreciate you,
bro. I
Thank
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.